Okay, Scott.
That was probably the most harsh switchover ever. I don't care. It's Friday night. You're listening to CSHR Radio, WCHR, Baton Rouge, Walker, Louisiana. And this is the Friday edition of the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. And as usual, it's myself, Junior, Harshmed, and Hart Honer. And here's the guys. Say hello, everyone.
It's Thursday, but Scott's programmed for Friday. So.
Let's see. This is what happens. You're not connected to your roots. You forget what day of the week it is.
It is the Friday show for me because I will be unavailable tomorrow. So obviously this is my Friday.
Friday show Thursday, and cheers, everybody.
Everyone, it's Friday because Scott says so.
And today's show is brought to you by Mr. Black Coffee. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, welcome to the show, everyone. We got, everyone's favorite native, the word spell magician, and the artist himself, Hart Honer. We need to do an art show soon. Maybe we could do that this weekend, just feature all your artwork or whatever, or whichever ones you want to feature at least. And, of course, we got everyone's favorite, self-loathing Polynesian, holding down the ones and twos, and the CrayolaSec part of the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality, Scott Sonnier.
Huh?
And finally, we have Scott Ryan Jr.
What happened? I wasn't paying attention.
Something about you being a self-loathing Polynesian. Anyway.
Jesus. Well, whatever.
All right. Let's get through the headlines.
I mean, California just recently approved a roadmap for carbon neutrality by 2045.
What does that mean?
Okay, well, hang on. I'll tell you what it means. It means California is a joke, and then it should just fall off the earth. No.
I mean, haven't you been saying that for the past, ever since the show started?
Yes, pretty much. That's been almost a year now. But area regulators voted unanimously Thursday to approve an ambitious plan to drastically reduce reliance on fossil fuels by changing practices in the energy, transportation, and agriculture sectors but critics say it doesn't go far enough to combat climate change. It's one state. What is it? What is that one state supposed to do to combat climate change?
Nothing, and they're not going to do anything. And can we quit beating around the bush when it comes to these topics? This climate change nonsense. First of all, is climate change a real issue? Yes. Is it portrayed properly? No. If we want to talk about climate change, how about we talk about the fucking military flying their fucking flying their jets all over the fighter jets all over the globe, bombing countries. Or if people want to talk about carbon footprint, how about all these damn flights happening from all these private jets happening all over the world? Or I don't know, how about talking about how we need actual clean energy instead of quote unquote clean energy where all our fucking cobalt's going to be mined to the ground? It's like, yes. Yeah, it's so stupid how they're blaming people for this when it's not even a person problem, it's a consumption problem. You have 10% of the world using up 90% of the world's resources, and then we blame everybody else. It's so stupid. This whole climate thing is nothing but a hoax. Because it's like, yes, it's a real issue, but the way they're going about it is just so it's just disgusting. Let me explain it to you like this. The people say it's basically like saying someone is robbing your house, but instead of getting the burglar, you're basically blaming it on the neighbors. That's what this is. Yeah. The whole thing it's stupid.
Yeah, it's production techniques that causes the real issues to the environment, and those are coming from the producers, not the consumers.
Yes,
the consumers, but it's the ones that provide the production is the ones that are truly the cause of the environmental calamities that they have created. The natives would never allow these type of practices to dirty the waters and attack Mother Earth the way that they do.
Yeah, and to attack her, they basically poison her and violate her at every turn of every which way. I mean, there's that, and then you have all these other idiots who are just all these other idiots who are the same idiots who talk about, oh my god, climate change are the same people talking about overpopulation is a problem. It's not a fucking problem. Overconsumption. Well, one small group of people over consuming everything is a fucking problem. You have 10% of the world. You have 10% of the population consuming 90% of the world's resources. And everyone talks about, oh my god, there's too much. We're not going to have enough resources. Oh, I don't know. How about stop overconsumption, consuming things, you fucking retards. Oh.
Yeah. So I see Hart decided to choose violence tonight. And this is normally me that's going on the rants. What's going on here? Did I miss a memo or something?
It's such an annoying, for people like Hart and I, especially myself, it's such an annoying topic. It's so
well, I think the fact that it's coming from California is just laughable to start off with. I mean, one of the parts of the plan is actually to capture carbon emissions and store it underground. How the fuck are you going to do that?
That's the whole thing. Their climate initiatives. It's just government overreach initiatives. It's just how to oppress and objectify the populace as much as possible.
Right, and the crazy thing is they're gonna blame people like you or Scott Jr. for playing with their tractors in their own backyard, but then turn a blind eye to the factory farmers poisoning the fucking environment and all the poultry in the first place. And then they say, oh well, it's a climate change problem. We gotta blame the rednecks, we gotta blame them. Oh, we gotta blame the ones driving their fucking heavies and all this. It's like
you're taking it too far.
Yeah, they are taking it too far. They're taking it too far on you.
Taking it too far with the fucking comments.
Who's taking it too far with what comments?
Don't go to the redneck, man. You leave them trucks.
Yeah, leave the rednecks out of this.
That's
leave the rednecks out of this.
But you know how these assholes are. They're not going to do that.
It's
But it is sort of leave the trucks alone. These electric vehicles cause much more harm to the environment than the actual diesel trucks and these lifted, jacked up, and lowered trucks like Scott was going on the other day. You know,
Exactly.
no, I was going on about the
batteries in your
squatted
mind,
trucks.
their techniques is more harmful than and then it's
Exactly.
shipping. You're all ruled by shipping.
Right. Let's speaking of people who understand this concept. Let's get to Darren Farrell. Ship tracks, bunker fuel, chemtrails of the ocean. 13 ships put out more toxic emotions than all the cars on the planet combined.
Emissions.
Exactly.
Emissions.
That's the point that nobody fucking seems to get. Yeah, when you stop that nonsense and then you stop the fucking factory farming, you might actually save the fucking environment. I don't know. You might not, but it's worth a shot. Or maybe if the military industrial complex just fucking died off, we might save the environment. I don't know. It's worth a shot.
Yeah. And there's some actual smart farmers using this methane from factory farming to power their land. There's other ways and techniques to use to not rely on the systems of operating that they give you.
All right. And FYI, the green energy we did have that was going to save the environment has been destroyed and buried by most of these operatives and all these governments and their handlers decades and all these power structures decades ago. So unless we're able to somehow find that technology and resuscitate it back to life, I'm not really sure what you can do. So
Those bastards.
Yep. And they're all going to blame Scott and Scott Ryan instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what's going to happen.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't even care anymore.
They're gonna blame Scott Ryan for playing with this tractor.
I still got like tons of work to do, and everything's got to be ready by tomorrow night, and it's not. So it's going to be a fun day.
Our guy Happy, yeah. Our guy Robert Walker's here. Yawning.
Sonnier, yeah, Happy. That's how you pronounce it. Scott Sonnier.
Yeah, as our guy Happy says, Sonnier.
Or Sonia. Yeah. That's one way of saying it.
All right, so when are we going to American Samoa and exploring your roots for the documentary?
Whenever you decide to make a documentary, and I'm just not going to pay attention to it.
You're not going to pay attention to a documentary you're a part of.
I'm not even going to care. It's going to be like, oh, hey, Harsh, how are you? Okay, that's wonderful. Talk to you tomorrow. Click. You know, I mean, I don't care.
All right. And Happy Cannibal also says, first of all, we know you're afraid you don't like your Polynesian roots, so that's fine.
I just don't care about it. Jesus,
you don't like it. That's fine. Anyway, Happy Cannibal says, electric cars also lead to another calamity: driverless cars. Hence, restrict the movement of people. When cars are controlled by computer oversight, your discretion of travel is restricted. Yeah, it's gonna get pretty 1984-esque with the driverless cars, because what people don't realize is they're gonna control every single place you can go to.
Yeah.
Much worse in 2020.
That's just less. From them, you know, that the cruise controls, automatic wipers, the lights, the keeping you in the lanes, does parking for you, even for pressing we can't even turn a key. It's putting in a key and turning it. It's not incredibly difficult, but they took that away from everyone.
No, not I. No, but that is true though.
Harsh drives
and people also forget with driverless.
Harsh drives a 1920 Model T that has a crank in the front. That's how he's got to start his car. He's got a crank in it.
Well, that reminds me a lot about the car I drove in high school. Like it was kind of similar to that.
My first vehicle
Fucking
was a
Nissan
19.
Sentras.
Oh no, mine was even better than that. Mine was a 1981 Datsun diesel pickup truck. That thing was awesome. It wouldn't go over 55 miles an hour. It was great. It was a little 5-speed, and everybody would pass me up. It was an awesome truck. I love that little thing. It was a diesel. You could put like $10 worth of diesel in it and go like 8,000 miles on it. I mean, it was freaking crazy. This thing burnt nothing.
But see, driving a car like that for you probably helped you learn about cars.
It did. My second vehicle was a beast. It was also that one was a 1980 C10 Silverado pickup truck that had a 396 punched out to a 402 that we had yanked out of a 66 Chevelle Super Sport, and it had a Wine 871 supercharger on top of it with 2 Holley 854 barrels and a 1500 horse shot of nitrous. So that was a very fun one right there.
That was the second vehicle. That was your step up from your Datsun.
That was my step up from the Datsun. Was the Silverado. Yeah, I went from a like granny truck to, hey, let's see how fast I can kill myself truck. It was awesome.
But you learned a lot though driving it.
Oh yeah, I did.
You learned a lot.
I learned that it would pass everything up except for a gas station. I mean, literally, it would pass up everything except for a gas station. You couldn't sneeze without having to fill it up with gas. Thing only got like 8 miles to the gallon.
Awesome. All I'm gonna say is when I was driving my Nissan, my '94 Nissan Sentra, that was the day if I didn't drive that car, I would have learned nothing about engines or how a radiator worked.
You got a standard? I had a standard.
I think it was a standard, but it was so bad. Like if it wasn't for that car, I don't think I would have learned how to change a tire or fix a radiator. Like that's how bad it was.
Mine worked all right, but that was fun.
Oh no, mine worked great as long as I had like a fucking gallon of radiator fluid in the trunk of the car. Then I was good.
That reminds me.
I was great.
And Junior remembers this truck, Chicken Fry. It was my diesel that we used to just dump whatever kind of oil we could find into the fuel tank because it would burn anything. And and this thing literally would use 2 gallons of oil a week to stay running. It would leak out most of everything that it had in it every week. It was the whole pig of a truck, and it just would not die. And when I finally got rid of it, it had almost 1 million miles on it. It had 785,000 miles on that poor truck by the time I finally got rid of it. And it still ran. You thirsty, Harsh? Or did your screen freeze like that?
Yeah. No, the screen froze.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, that was like the longest
but it is a holiday, so.
Wow.
Yeah, the screen did freeze like that for a few minutes. But yeah, it is the holidays. Cheers, everybody. So far, I'm sipping on my mix of Brangelico and Mr. Black Coffee. So please sponsor us, Mr. Black Coffee and Brangelico.
Free product placement, people.
You know.
Give us a shout out at least. Fuck.
Yeah. Mr. Black, the only reason I like Australians.
Well, that was kind of rude. Jeez.
God, that was such a dothead thing to say.
Freaking Indian, I swear.
that deserves a few jokes after saying that.
Can't have nothing nice, I swear. Y'all buy all the convenience stores and then y'all come in and insult the Australians. What are we going to do with y'all?
Oh, fuck the Aussies. They're a bunch of kangaroo fuckers anyway.
Wow.
Oh, God. I can't. To all the friends I have in Australia. I'm
And
sorry.
this has
It's
been another edition of the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
I can't. But yes, no. It is a big rivalry when it comes to like when it comes to like racial tensions in cricket. That is like when it is a big thing between Indians, South Asians, and Australians. So
Wait, did you
where the
say
jokes come from.
between the Indians and cricket? Or tensions in cricket?
No, like what
Like the
Indians and
game cricket?
Australians or South Asians and Australians when it comes to like cricket or how people settle there.
They understand and follow cricket for some reason.
Well, not just that. Even like when it comes to how life is like in Australia, it's supposed Australians and Indian people always go at it in Australia for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, dig into your headlines.
Let's see. House approves referendum to decolonize Puerto Rico.
Dang. What do you mean? Let's get in.
Hang on.
What is that? I want to read more of this. What does
House,
that mean?
The House U.S.
Decolonize Puerto Rico.
The U.S. House passed a bill Thursday that would allow Puerto Rico to hold the first ever binding referendum on whether to become a state or gain some sort of independence, in a last-ditch effort that stands little chance of passing the Senate. The bill, which passed 233 to 191 with some Republican support, would offer voters in the U.S. territory three options: statehood, independence, or independence with free association. It is crucial to me that any proposal in Congress to decolonize Puerto Rico be informed and led by Puerto Ricans, said Representative Raul D. Ariz, chairman of the House Natural Resources Committee, which I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry, Mr. Raul, which oversees affairs in the U.S. territories. The proposal would commit Congress to accept Puerto Rico into the United States as the 51st state if voters on the island approved it. Voters could also choose outright independence or independence with free association, whose terms would be defined following negotiations over foreign affairs, U.S. citizenship, and use of the U.S. dollar.
All right.
So basically, the U.S. is saying, okay, you have to be a state or something, and this has been going on for too long now.
Yeah, too fucking long is an understatement. It's been going on since at least 1898. Like, I'm glad after 125 years they fucking realized, you know what? Let's do something with this place that we annexed, this place that we took off, that we took from them years ago. Either make it a state or give them independence, because the way they've treated Puerto Rico is nothing short of horrendous. Like, they don't even fund them properly as a U.S. territory. They don't support any of their infrastructure whatsoever. That's why everything's collapsing. And a lot of U.S. businesses have basically used Puerto Rico as a way to just colonize the land and take over the states even more. Take over the area even more. So the fact that they're deciding a 51st state is actually good.
Okay, and
Although, to be fair, I don't even know why why it should be a 51st state. They should just, what they should do is just give Delaware back to Pennsylvania, and just split up New Jersey. Like, the northern half of Jersey goes to like New York, the southern half goes to Pennsylvania. There you go. There's your 50 states.
Okay, someone named House of Logos just joined the call.
Oh, Max, what up, Max?
And Max is non-existent.
I don't know her. He's supposed to be here.
Max, if your audio's on, we can't hear you, sir.
Gotta hit the headphone button.
All right. Well, the point being is this whole like, oh my God, what we like 50? Why does it have to be a 51st state? Guys, we don't need the reason to have 50 states is out of convenience. Like, there's some of these states that don't need to be states.
It still sounds like an ultimatum, though. Like, assimilate or die.
It does.
Yeah.
But the current way of living, yeah, but the current situation Puerto Rico had is like waterboarding itself. So it's like, shit.
Well, that's the thing that they put them into push them enough into a corner. It was like, yeah, you know what, we will join up because hopefully freaking make that place better.
Right. I mean, them getting statehood would be a lot better than like their current situation where they're a commonwealth and they just are used to be colonized by U.S. interests.
Now, it'd be awesome if like the originals of Puerto Rico decided it was like, no, okay, we're going to be on our own and peace out, y'all. We're going to live in paradise and not care about y'all whatsoever. That, you know, but
I mean, they should have done that in the 1800s. They should have built up a good enough military in the 1800s to avoid all this bullshit now. Because, I mean, I would be in favor of them being their own, place because, it should be their own country. But at the same time, if they can't financially afford to be on their own, then, well, I don't know how that fucking works.
Yeah,
I mean, they're going to be treated like a New
that thing
Guinea.
with the stipulations and that, oh yeah, no, they're them being on their own has stipulations. That's it's raw deal one way or another. That's probably what it is.
Right.
And moving on to the next thing, Senate passes defense bill.
And for the record, anyone who wants to hold on before I move on to the next thing and finish off the point, anyone wants to complain about Puerto Rico fucking up the symmetry of the state because it'd be 51st as a 50th. Just remember, there's at least 3 or 4 different states in this country that can be combined with some other state without any issues. Like you can literally split up New Jersey into split up Jersey and just send the northern half to New York, the southern half to into Pennsylvania, and just call it a fucking day. There's your 50th state. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Or just give Delaware back to Pennsylvania. Who gives a fuck? All right.
All right. Senate passes defense bill rescinding the COVID vaccine mandate. Washington, a bill to rescind the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for members of the U.S. military and provide nearly $858 billion for national defense passed the Senate on Thursday and now goes to President Joe Biden to be signed into law. The bill provides about $45 billion for defense programs than Biden requested, and roughly 10% more than last year's bill as lawmakers look to account for inflation and boost the nation's military competitiveness with China and Russia. It includes a 4.6% pay raise for the service members and the Defense Department's civilian workforce. The Senate also passed the defense policy bill vote by a vote of 83 to 11. The measure also received broad bipartisan support in the House last week. So, we get bigger military now. It's wonderful.
So nothing changes then?
Yep.
Nothing inherently changes.
Did y'all really expect it to?
No, not really, in all honesty.
No.
It shows the president does nothing. It's the Senate and generals. Generals have, and the army has more power than the actual president does.
Well, I mean, we all know that we all know the military-industrial complex runs the country, so it doesn't matter who you have there. It's just it is what it is, and it's the same old song and dance, really. So,
honest perspective.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot.
It's a topic that a lot of us, regardless, ain't even gonna never even be in the sphere of influence to change. Ain't none of us policymakers, ain't none of us be in the military to influence anything in that way.
Right. I mean, even if you are a policymaker, you're not even allowed to make policy that goes against it. So it doesn't even matter. I mean, look at what they did to JFK. Like,
the greatest act of rebellion is just being yourself.
Right.
Living like you are in your own terms.
No, that's basically where I'm at mentally at this point, because it's like you can't really influence anything the government does. All you can do is like protect yourself and help your fellow neighbor. That's it. Help your fellow neighbor, help your fellow brethren in need. Other than that, all I can do is live life and have a few of these every so often.
Hey, I swear to God, I got a limited test for like a lot of people that be thinking a lot of this shit that we be sitting around like complaining about online, if it really matters.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is like, one, people complain about it online too much if it matters, and two, a lot of people just want to feel better about themselves. I don't think people actually want to try to make any fucking changes anyway. That's why every few years we always build up new echo chambers.
I mean, personal perspective, the people that actually end up meaning that, you see the change go with them.
Right.
We all of us go through these phases where we feel like we can change the world. And then you just get to a point where you realize you change your world and that changes the world around you.
Exactly. That's all you can do. You can't do anything else. That's what I tell people on my monologues. I always yell at people like, you guys actually gave a fuck about changing the world and defeating the elites. Yeah, you would help out. You would clean up your local communities and help out everyone there on a daily basis instead of crying, whining, and bitching about what happens thousands of miles away from you. But people don't want and they just want a virtue signal and grandstand and just fulfill. Oh, we're to making sure we know what we're doing. It's like, guys, it's the same fucking knowledge for you.
That's why all of these social movements, they all fall apart, because that's on the nail, bud. Grandstanding, a bunch of people grandstanding.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It never changes. For instance,
it's always a bunch of people talking about change with no actual work in it.
Right. The only person felt like people were capable of that was when we used to do those roundtables where she would blueprint on how to do so. And whoever listened, they were smart. Fucking well. But that was the only time when people actually plan for people to accomplish what they wanted to see in the world. But the thing is, no one wants to do it. I mean, Matt, remember the time when I used to host live streams with certain activists from Philadelphia?
Is there corn over there or no?
Oh shit! It's that time of the night.
Your butt looks nice.
What are you doing, Max? What you got going on over there?
Being a real nigga in that work while I'm talking to y'all.
He's talking to us during work. Oh my god.
I ain't got some big political group behind me putting money behind me for me to sit around and not do shit. A real nigga got to work a job.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe if you and Scott did some mixes together, you wouldn't have to work at this time of the night. But I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, in order for my mixes to go somewhere, cancel culture got to leave me alone.
Cancel culture. I mean, Scott's basically a self-loathing Polynesian. He has never been canceled.
In order for some mixes to pop off, you must not.
But you cannot cancel someone who does not care.
Right. Exactly.
I'm waiting on that dummy to catch that memo. Like, bro, I don't care about you, so you can't cancel me. But
I don't even know if there's anyone I know of who is uncancelable. It's probably Max, and probably Max and Hart.
Hey,
I would have to say Dave Chappelle is pretty high up there on that list too.
We are not going to bullshit call me uncanceled.
Yeah, but he's controlled opposition.
I don't want no smoke with them people.
Right.
It's real life. Think about this. These motherfuckers be so dead set on ruining somebody's life that they go through, find every bit of dirt about them, and blast that shit online.
Right.
People not think about when you're trying to get a job, they do searches and shit like that. I mean, y'all really that petty and hate seeing somebody do better than you that you shit on them trying to get a job. So I'm the type of people I just learned. Yeah, I don't need to be wanting to test some shit off, for real. You feel me?
Oh yeah, that's at the whole thing is petty and ridiculous.
Harsh, you're being summoned in the thread.
Hold on 2 seconds.
Wait, is that Professor Fate up there? Anthony, Gloria, you're such a drama queen. No, it's Max and it's Scott.
Wait, who's Professor
Fate's
Fate?
Not here yet.
Who's Professor Fate?
Jonathan Close, aka Professor Fate's not with us right now.
Hi, Lori.
Hey, Lori. Lori's what happens when people skip menopause.
Wait, what? How is that even?
Lori's what happens when grandma skips menopause.
What does that
I
even
remember
mean?
one time we were doing like the birthday special. Hart Honer was here. Like we did like a birthday edition of the Harsh Reality. And all of a sudden, Lori's like yelling at me to take my shirt off. And I'm just like, Lori, this is not appropriate.
I'm just about to listen in, but that's why I got my video off, so they can't never prove I'm at work right now.
Well, I mean, as long as people at work aren't listening to you, I don't think it
I can't
matters.
I swear to God, I can't get caught. There's real life, like these places, real life now got like this whole, like when you get hired, no social media. So like you can get fired for being on a live stream at work.
Well, yeah, of course, because you're supposed to be at work. You're not supposed to be on live stream.
Hey, my fuck, these motherfuckers dumb as hell and can't multitask.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you can't be like, I mean, if you're not allowed to play cards while you're working, you can't like live stream while you work. I mean, that's just how that goes.
I mean, it depends on what kind of work you do.
No, that is true.
I mean, I wouldn't suggest streaming while I do like electrical work like I normally do. That probably wouldn't be a wise decision. But,
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what it is. But how come? Hey, Max, what happened to Mo Beans? I miss that guy. How come he's like not around as often?
He off in the solitude phase. Trust me, Brody around. Matter of fact, me and Brody
I miss Mo. What's he doing?
all I'm gonna say is me and Brody got some projects brewing. We got some shit for y'all.
That's dope. Dude.
Tag him, Lori.
And his page isn't Mo Beans no more. His page is renamed as Mickey Keys.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to say it out loud, but yes.
Don't worry. Matter of fact, when I talk to bro, I'm at work. Like I said, I'm at work, so it'll probably be tomorrow. But I'll tell Brody UX about him when I talk to him tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's on my friends list and he's MIDI keys, but it's like, he's just very quiet. Max is respectful, unlike you, Harsh. You took your effing shirt off fast. Well, it was like 80 degrees that day, Lord. Give me a break. All 5 guys on your stream did.
Wait, I did what? What did I do?
You didn't do anything this was before you and I talked. And hi, Lori. Something popped up.
He just pops up out of nowhere.
Oh my God. All right. I guess we could I don't know if we're done with that headline or we're reading some other headline.
I got to get back to my other screen.
I'll read the next one since this is more Chicago related. After 9 fucking years, the Jane Byrne interchange is finally finished.
That's a roadway of some sort.
It's the new. It's probably supposed to be one of the new roadways in Chicago.
I'm sure they siphoned a bunch of money and made life absolutely wretched for people trying to get to and from
right.
work. 9 years.
Exactly. It only took them 9 years to fix a fucking road junction between 3 highways, 90, 94, and 290.
And as Hart said, that roadway is now completed, so that'll take you right on down the I-95, right there next door to the Buc-ee's. Come on down to Justin Davis's Boat Condo Emporium.
Yeah, maybe in about 16 hours if it's the same road. I don't think 90, 94, or 290 is taking you to Buc-ee's, but anyhow. But I-95 will. You go down I-95, you go down to Buc-ee's.
That's right. Right next door to the Buc-ee's. Justin Davis's Boat Condo Emporium and Discount Marina. For $29.95, you can park your boat right there in the marina. And hell, I'll even get the ex-wife to bend over. You can park it right there. It don't matter. Just make sure you bring a water hose, because it's going to take a while to wash all that off your boat. Sorry about that. Come on down, I-95 next door to the Buc-ee's. Come see me, Justin Davis, at your pleasure. Or my pleasure, or somebody's pleasure. It doesn't matter.
All right. So anyway,
did Max leave?
Yes.
What did I
anyway,
It's working.
Right. So anyway, the bottom line is the internet. The Jane Byrne interchange is finally finished, so that means people like me can finally drive in the city without any issues. The Illinois Department of Transportation cut the ribbon yesterday and signaled the end of one of the largest and longest construction projects in state history. Why it matters: after 9 years and over $800 million spent, the Jane Byrne interchange, formerly the Circle interchange, is designed to improve downtown traffic and connect expressways. It sees about 400,000 daily commuters. What they're saying: for almost a decade, Illinois' first that fat pedophile Pritzker. What he says is, for almost a decade, Illinois' first-rate workforce worked day in and day out to entirely reconstruct this massive project. Government J.B. Pritzker, who's said at the ribbon cutting. Fun fact: J.B. Pritzker's cousin was on the.
Lori, your aggressiveness is making me uncomfortable. I suggest you get the Zoom link out of the chat right now and join this call, and please address these issues.
Yeah, she's so thirsty.
She goes blah 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 blah. Shut up. She's so being so mean tonight.
I know, she's so mean and thirsty. That's what this is. Hart has to take his robe off again. This is what's the problem. Anyhow, what they're saying for almost a decade. Oh, fun fact: Pritzker's cousin, J.B. Pritzker's cousin, Tom Pritzker's in the Epstein flight logs. Just letting y'all know that. So,
I don't care. Epstein's dead.
Anyway, by the numbers, IDOT expects the project will cut down traffic delays in half. They say these improvements going to amount to $180 million a year from savings and faster commutes that could reduce greenhouse gas emissions by an estimated 33%.
So, Kaylee, I hope Santa Claus brings you everything you ask for Christmas this year. That's correct. He needs to bring you double of what you ask for. As a matter of fact, I think you need to ask him for that. So you look at Grandma and say, hey, look, I need you to send a note to old Santa and say, hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say you were being aggressive towards me. I was trying to get you to join the call. What is wrong with you today?
Oh, this is what happens.
Kaylee, you need to talk to Santa Claus and tell her you want double of everything this year. You know, inflation. Oh wait, inflation. She's suffering from inflation too, Santa. You got to help her out. Give her double the gifts. I so totally believe that Harsh was at one time Joe Biden's assistant and told him what to do to get where he is today. And this is the reason why we're having so many problems now. This is
First of all, I was Bernie's assistant. Second of all, go fuck yourself for even mentioning me and Biden in the same sentence. God damn.
He goes, what?
Fucking friend, you fucking self-loathing Polynesians.
I think Harsh is 100% the reason for this country's problems right now.
I'm like 70. I don't know about 100. I mean, you're still alive, so that's a little bit 20.
I don't know. I think being alive in today's times is like a relative term.
Yeah.
I exist. I don't know if I'm alive.
Well, you don't, because you're not Polynesian, man. Until you're Polynesian, you may be alive.
What in the world are you talking about, Hart?
You gotta accept who you are.
Here we go again with the same crap with the freaking Polynesian garbage. I don't care. Shut up.
You self-loathing Polynesian.
I'm gonna set you on fire.
I hope so.
All right, so to recap, we got Bill Bunting, who's a self-loathing homosexual, and now we got Scott Sonnier, who's a self-loathing Polynesian. So
That's right. Come on down to Justin Davis's Boat Condo Emporium, where this weekend and this weekend only, there was a gunshot in the background. I don't know what that was all about, but anyway, come on down here this weekend. We're having a big old party. That's right. We're having our roots ceremony where we're going to have a Polynesian barbecue right here at Justin Davis's Boat Condo Emporium. Right here off I-95 next door to the Buc-ee's. Come on down. Come say hello to my ex-wife. Fucking bitch won't get out my driveway. I don't know what's wrong with her. Anyway. All right. That's the end of my time. Thank you.
Whatever happened to that hillbilly?
He's still around.
Is he still simping on the mommy groupers or like what's he doing?
I have no idea. I'm not in any of the chats anymore. My life is a lot more peaceful.
I can imagine.
Bucky's starfish hunt. What is that? No, don't answer that question. I don't want to know the answer to that question.
Oh God, that sounds so gross.
Yeah, I completely forget that I asked that question at all. Thank you. I bet you.
It's about not reading the comments.
I think Hart joined these things like a few months ago, and he's like, "Man, these guys are cool. They talk about good today's topics and stuff, and it's all fine and dandy." And then he comes on shows like this one, and it's like, "Why the fuck am I even here?"
Hart's just disappointed you don't like your Polynesian roots.
Why does it even matter?
You're self-loathing. We know what happens to people who self-loathe about their personalities. You don't want to fall into that trap.
I don't have time to self-loathe about my personality.
Yeah, but you unconsciously self-loathe about being a native. So.
No, I do not. That is incorrect, sir.
All right. The Scott Sonnier documentary, the Scott Sonnier Discovers His Lost Roots documentary will be on the CSHR network, radio network, and all its pages on 2025, January 2025. So there you
go. I'll contact Joseph Poliquin, which is a local indie movie maker or movie producer, and see if he'll do the story for you, Harsh. And that ought to go over real well. We'll do it all professional and shit. And be like, at the end of it, it'll be like a disclaimer. Scott Sonnier had nothing to do with this documentary. Lori!
Hey, Lori! Lori! Hey, Lori!
Do that.
Hey, hello! Hey, Lori!
Okay, you could have warned me before you did that, so I could have turned my headphones down a little bit.
Hey, Lori!
And then he does it again.
Scott. He doesn't want to progress his own roots.
And then he does it again. It's like,
fuck you from Scott as soon as I joined. Damn.
I didn't say fuck you. What the hell?
I'm looking at a picture of you with your middle finger.
Oh yeah, no, that's my profile picture from Facebook.
Well, Lori, Scott's still camera shy. He hasn't put his camera in his living room in the past 2 months.
In my living, I'm not in my living room.
He's looking.
I wake up in the morning and I see an eggplant.
It's what the hell was that?
When did you go to Zoom?
Oh,
and I wonder why. And I wonder why his nose is so big.
I don't even know whose nose you're talking about.
He's talking about yours.
Oh, that's good to know. The ventriloquist dummy thinks I have a big nose. That's great.
No, and you know what's even worse about today is that The camera's in here. I just didn't feel like setting it up.
And I wonder why. And I wonder why.
But whenever I get the new place finished and everything set up in there, you will see live video at all times. Well, not at all times, obviously, but there will not be a 24/7 stream coming from my home. Thank you very much. This is not the Truman Show.
This is weird.
What is
Feels
weird?
like the Truman Show. Because I can't see any comments. It's like more fun on the other side.
I mean, to be fair, the comments kind of stopped after Happy's.
What? There's no Robert Walker?
No. Robert hasn't said much. He told me to watch a video after the live stream's over.
No, actually, Robert, I've actually lost a little bit of weight recently. I've been sick, so.
Yeah.
I haven't been on your show, Harsh, in a damn long time. You pissed me off enough to get me on here tonight.
Yeah, I know, Lori. That was by design, Lori.
We missed you.
Oh. Yeah.
We missed you.
Okay, I'm going to do a Scott.
We missed you, Lori.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're not self-loathing about your roots, you should be okay.
Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots to Justin Davis's boat condo emporium.
That's my name.
Lori Root. She is the root. Oh yeah, she's like the grandmother root right there. But not grandmother. Don't call her that.
Kaylee.
People on here used to call me Mama. Now you guys have gone to Grandma.
Kaylee, ask her for like triple of what she's supposed to give you this year. Inflation.
Haley gets triple a Hondo all the damn time. Haley is the most spoiled child you ever did see. She gets all the grandma love and a bunch of the grandma money.
Well, I mean, that's what grandchildren are supposed to do.
Yep. And you know what? I became her grandma at 37. She made me a grandma. And she's 24 now. And she's still right here with me. Sucking it up. Oh, she's my baby.
Yeah, I got one that's still in the house with me. But
look at it this way, Lori. At least you have people that are that'll carry on your your genetics. You know, certain other princesses can't say the same thing.
What about Gracie?
That isn't. I mean, just because they both look like dogs doesn't mean like
Wow.
She's related to her.
Wow, that was just so mean.
Well, Scott, if you're not mean to people every once in a while, they're going to take advantage of you. That's why I get kicked out of all the parties in Orlando.
They're going to call you a stalker.
Even though I gave them all my photos and told them about my family.
That's right. Come on down this weekend to Justin Davis's bucket. Jesus.
Maybe you should. That's who you should set Justin Davis up with, and maybe he'll be happy for once in his life.
Why do you wish ill will on people? I don't get that. I thought you were like this great guy and stuff, and here you are just like wishing the worst on everyone. It's almost distressing.
Harsh mood.
What can I say? It just rubs off that way. Like you just get tired of people at some point. You're like, fuck it, bring on the worst. That's why you got Bill Bunting having a panic attack.
Harsh with is probably Hart, Mr. Will. You can't be who could be harsh with Will? No.
You can't.
You just really can't.
You can't. You can't do it.
No.
Like, you can be an asshole to Scott. You can't be an asshole to Hart.
Right.
Right.
Why?
Because he's happy with his roots. You know.
I'm happy with me.
No, you're not.
Yes, I
You don't
am.
like- no, you're not. You don't like being Polynesian.
I ate Chinese food tonight.
What the fuck does that mean?
And I had
so you're
sushi
sucking
too.
up
So
to Hart's significant other now. That's good.
yeah, I mean, that's about how much I care. I had a LSU roll, sushi, and I had some crab
Harsh
rangoon
needs
and
his meds.
a
I'm
couple of egg
taking my
rolls.
meds today. It's called Mr. It's called Mr. Black Coffee.
Mr. Black Coffee.
And with the mix of Brangelico. There you go.
I don't know. Okay, that is disclaimer. That is Harsh's very desperate way to gain a sponsor for some odd reason.
If we were Scott, if we were sponsored by them, I would just retire. I'd just be like, yeah, we made it.
Why would
over.
you?
I would sell like half of.
We would just be getting started. How would you not even? How would you just say, okay, we're done?
If you got them as sponsors,
that would just be like a come up, man. That would be like, all right, now we got some sponsors. Now we're going everywhere.
I mean, it's kind of like, how do I explain this?
It's not like, no, yeah, now we got some sponsors, so let's quit.
It'd be kind of like catching the biggest fish in the history of like bass fishing. It'd be like, well, fuck, what am I going to do for an encore after this?
Fish more. Catch the next biggest one.
What if you catch all the 3 biggest ones in the history of all time? Then what?
Then you shoot yourself. I don't know. I'm not a fisherman.
I thought you were a fisherman, being in the bayou and all that.
I can fish. That doesn't make me a fisherman.
Polynesian sushi. No.
That sounds scary.
Sashimi was Polynesian sushi. I'm not sure, though.
I don't even know what that is.
Happy says sashimi is basically sushi without rice.
Okay.
And Happy says that they don't make it with starfish. I hope, as far as I know, they don't.
Not the kind of starfish you're thinking of, Mr. Happy.
But no, that'd be great to be sponsored by any of those companies. So what do we have going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have Chris Pryor in the main event, and then Saturday is our event. So that's going to be a big deal.
What's our event?
The charity event. The 8 bands.
Yeah.
The all-day event.
All right. So do you have any? Yeah, that's cool. All right.
So do I have any what?
So I was wondering if we should read one more headline or just call it
I don't care. What do you want to do? It doesn't matter to me. Anyone
can read see. Something. Walker, Louisiana.
Oh, God. Let's not and say we did.
Tornado strikes New Orleans metro. Damage surveys underway. How close are you to that? According to Fox Weather, tornado strikes New Orleans metro. Damage surveys underway. About an hour after a violent tornado damaged a hospital and homes in New Iberia, the severe weather threat moved into the New Orleans metro area. The multi-day severe weather event has produced tornadoes from Texas to Louisiana. This shit is not normal. Like 20 years ago, I never heard of like tornadoes heading south of Kansas.
No, like hurricanes spawn tornadoes all the time.
Yeah, we see tornadoes every time there's a hurricane.
Anything coastal will get tornadoes.
Yeah, but I thought hurricanes and tornadoes were separate storms.
No, but
they are. Hurricanes are like a huge tornado out in the ocean with water involved, and it's just air spinning around.
Right.
And little things called tornadoes happen from that.
Yeah, it spins the air around it, and it makes tornadoes and other weird stuff.
It's grandma wisdom.
Right, but usually I mean, hurricanes spawn the tornadoes, but usually the tornadoes are more in like the Great Plains area, the Midwest, not
Yeah,
necessarily the South. Because like in the South, you have your hurricanes that last a few days, but
yeah.
it's not.
So actually, Tornado Alley is like North Texas, Oklahoma, around there. That's where
Right.
the big ones happen. But yeah, they happen. They happen. It's just air that gets, whirling dervish. Goes crazy. Kansas. Yeah. Wizard of Oz.
Well, a gift from Ukraine explodes at a Polish police headquarters. In Warsaw, a gift that Poland's top police commander received during a recent visit to Ukraine exploded at a national police headquarters in Warsaw, causing the commander and a civilian employee to suffer minor injuries, the Polish Interior Ministry said Thursday. The explosion happened in a room next to the office of General Jaroslaw Skamizik on Wednesday morning, the ministry said. It did not specify what object the Polish commander had received during the working visit to Ukraine. So, I don't know what to make of that. I mean, they are allies, so
Congratulations on pronouncing that last name that you did. I've never pulled it off.
well, I mean, it's just I think there's only two Y's in the name. There's no other vowels, so that was a shot in the dark. Thank you, Hart. I appreciate that.
See, that's why nobody can hate on Harsh. He's a sweetheart. I mean, not Harsh, Hart.
Yeah, Hart's a sweetheart. I agree.
Hart is.
Yeah.
I've noticing how much our names have been getting messed up by humans.
I blame Scott for that. No one was messing up our names until Scott started messing up Hart and Harsh.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I don't care. Shut up.
Scott, it's not that hard to make a differentiation on the names. One ends with a T, another ends with an S and an H.
Okay.
Hart.
God, oh man, I don't even want to say nothing about her now. It's terrible.
You know what? Hart wins the prize for being on your show the longest and saying the fewest words.
He does. No, actually, Scott Jr. wins that prize.
Yeah.
Prove it.
He's
But
weird.
I think Hart and Will have been on your show many, many, many more times than Scott Jr. But yeah, Scott Jr., I don't know, it's just an icon.
Right, like Scott Jr. might not even be a human being. Like he might just be a ventriloquist dummy.
Talking shit.
Yeah, exactly. Just talking shit like Jeff Dunham's ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. You talking shit.
Oh, God.
Yes, I'm talking shit, you fucking leprechaun.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, you 7-Eleven.
Southern leprechaun, fuck off.
Oh, eat an eggplant.
All right, so in Hong Kong, the company that assembles Apple's Incorporated's iPhones has announced it is easing COVID-19 restrictions at its largest factory in China that led thousands of workers to quit and drastically slowed production. Foxconn Technology Group said in a statement on one of its official WeChat social media accounts that it would end the so-called closed-loop system at a facility in Zhengzhou, central China, that required workers to stay in their workplaces and dormitories to prevent the spread of the coronavirus infections. So they're finally becoming humanitarian. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Does anything stop that spread? Bill Gates said no. He said wait for the next one. There's so many more viruses to come, baby.
Awesome.
Thank God.
Yeah. I tell you what, I get really upset when you talk about these viruses and the road a lot. And it made me real upset. I can't even touch Benton's in her special place no more because they keep saying about the Rona.
Oh my God. You know what? Just let that guy burn out.
Oh, he burned the fuck out last night. He burned the fuck out last night. Hey, that little brown monkey, man, all these pages about me. And he's my daughter's photo to make a meme about me being addicted to gay porn. And fuck that guy. And all my sexual predator friends need to come up and defend me. Like Gordy Foster and that Crystal Meth Henderson and the rest of these fucking trailer trash losers. He's
Oh my
fucking.
God. Like, I am so glad I don't see any of that anymore.
I know. They're like, it's the worst of the worst people. Have you ever been on his page? Like, half the people on his page are like junkies or bad parents or fucking like 80% of his page are full of people who are like bad parent, deadbeat parents, junkies, and like fucking sexual predators. It's like so gross.
So harsh. That is my whole point. Like, anyone who's already been dissuaded away from him already knows. So you're just having fun with it. That's
Well,
it.
of course. Like after today, I don't think I'm going to say anything else. Is like, what else is there to say? I mean, everything. I mean, he keeps exposing everything about himself. Like, unless there's like evidence that he's like fucking animals or something, I don't know what else there to say about the guy.
Ugh. And do we want to know that? Like, no.
Hey, I didn't want to know he was addicted to gay porn either, but fuck, it happened. Only Robert could let me know. He's got to let me know there's something else happening. And that is the end of the show. Scott's like, I heard enough. I can't do this anymore. We're not even getting paid for this shit yet. This is crazy.
I can stop the music. That's easy to do.
My son is not a ventriloquist dummy. Only when it comes on this show.
All I know is that
hey, you got different boys.
criminal.
Get the hell out of here, boy.
Hart's looking around like, what the fuck just happened?
It's like a twisted conscience. It's like Geppetto, but different.
It is.
The voices.
Well, I could do the entire show like this if it would make you more comfortable.
Or you want me to eat your soul?
What the hell was that?
That's right. Welcome to the radio show.
No, we're not doing all that.
I'm gonna sing live.
That's awesome.
Don't buy me now.
Well, that's right. We're out here in the baseball diamond, and then we're watching another baseball game, and there's a pitch, and there's a strike in the.
It might be. It could be. It is.
Oh, Lord. It could be. It is. And I just dropped my bottle on the floor. Give me 1 second to pick it up.
Well, Steve, Harry, I'm glad you dropped your bottle on the floor because we get to talk about the fantastic season Rick Sutcliffe has had ever since he came from San Diego.
Speaking of Rick Heiscliffe, Heisman Trophy, speaking of Richard Gere, well, I'd just like to say that this section of the broadcast is brought to you by Time Warner Risk Management Corporation.
Oh, look at him today. The leadoff man is brought to you by Budweiser. Because if you can't drink St. Louis toilet water, are you really an American?
That's right. And the next thing is the next sponsor is one of those alcohols that's made me do so many dumb things over the years. That's right, Mr. Jack Daniels. Jack has made me do a lot of dumb shit over the years. I swear.
Well, Harry, I have to agree. Jack has made me do dumb shit too. It made me pose in Playboy in 1984. I give away my son and donate my Cy Young Award winner from that award from 1980 to charity for some really odd reason. My wife told, since he's an attorney and makes more money than I do, told me I can get a tax deduction, but I'm still waiting for that on the returns. Oh, well, Sully, I'm glad to hear that you at least made some money.
That's wonderful. That sounds like a prime business opportunity. And let's get back to the baseball game right here, right now. This is Harry County reporting for WNBC. Harry, you don't work for NBC anymore. ABC, CBABC.
Harry, we're on the WGN Super Station.
WGN Super. Time Warner Music and Cable and just Cox Communications, Comcast. Yeah, that's right.
And now stay tuned with our sponsor from Solozzi and Edelson Chevrolet. Traffic
AB.
And if you think that's funny, Dad bought an Edsel. Oh, God.
Man, I miss old Chicago. Ah, man. What the fuck happened?
That's right. It's live here from Turner Broadcasting Corporation, WGN.
Harry, they don't pay us enough.
Okay. Well, that's right. We're broadcasting live here from the Chicago Braves. Wait, no, that's Atlanta. The Chicago.
Harry, your son broadcasts for the Braves.
Oh. That's right. Joining us live here in the Chicago. What the fuck?
We're on the Superstation, Harry. WGN.
WGN.
Well, that's right, everybody. While my partner Harry Carey goes to sleep, we are thankful for Arnie Harris and the rest of the crew broadcasting tonight's game. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I don't think anyone enjoyed the outcome. So take care and see you all tomorrow when we face Ed West and the Philadelphia Phillies. Go West, Jug Man. That's what they told him. Go West.
That's right. We're at the 1 hour and 11-minute mark. And it is Thursday afternoon, as I was so broadly corrected by Hart, because I'm so used to doing this on Fridays. I was saying the wrong day. So that's always
funny.
wonderful.
I remember one time watching a game. Like the Cubs game just ended on WGM, and the White Sox game was about to begin. And Harris like, tune in to where the White Sox are playing the Brewers. Tune into that game right here on the station. And you had a Hawk Harrelson like, well, thank you, Harry. I tell you what, Dick Allen had the biggest penis I ever seen. The biggest fucking penis. That's why he was the best manager in all of baseball. I tell you what. I remember one time. Jose Blue. I remember one time Vita Blue threw 4 straight pitches that were outside, and Dick Williams said, "If you throw one more ball, I'm gonna pull down your pants and molest you." And sure enough, Vita threw a ball 6 feet out off the plate, and then he started grabbing his pants and did it. And I was like, "Damn, that guy had the biggest balls I've ever seen." And I remember one time, Stone Pony. I remember one time. Well, Harry, I don't want. Well, Ken, I don't want to hear this. I'd rather be drunk with Harry Carey right now than listen to your pervert stories about another story about Yaz and Dick Williams. I tell you what, Stone Pony. I remember one time, Collier Stripsky. I remember golfing with him one time, and he had the biggest penis I ever seen. You know, I saw that slug. It was so long. I'm like, damn, that's why I was the best hitter in the American League for 20 years.
All right, and with that being said, we'll let that be the final thought of the show tonight. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
I ain't a rapist. I ain't a pedophile. I just touch bits in her special spot. She wear bushwater.
All right.
I didn't mean to threaten to kill Lori. I just said that if I was upset, a bullet might find her place. That's all, man. I ain't mean nothing like that.
This is y'all can do community outreach and build communities without threatening to kill the other person. You don't threaten to kill other people. It's easy.
Yes. There you go. Hart Owner said it best.
All right, with all that, do you have somewhere else that you would like for this to go? And I'll stop the music again.
No, this is
I watched this derailment from afar, and it was actually pretty interesting to watch. So I'm all for watching even further derailing.
Well, and on that note, this has been another edition of CrayolaSec Harsh Reality. This is Harsh Bits and I'm all of you. The life is harsh, but I'm still living. And sometimes you have to color outside the lines. And also, if you're afraid to come on camera, then what else are you afraid of? Take care. Have a great rest of your holiday.
That's right. I am not afraid of coming on camera. I'm being extremely lazy. Thank you very much. Anyway, WCHR, CSHR Radio, and the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality are copyrighted by Pelican Media Limited 2022. All rights reserved. This is the CrayolaSec Harsh Reality, and y'all have a wonderful night. It has been fun. And that is pretty much it. Good night, Laurie. Good night, Junior. Good night, Harsh. Good night, Hart. And we'll see you again Tuesday.